chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns, and it's Kick It Off next on Madden NFL 25.
Along the shores of Lake Erie, the Dog Pound already in full roar. We welcome you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we've been around for a minute, as the kids like to say. I called your games. There are guys who you played with back in your day who are now the veteran players in the league, and we got a couple of veterans here at quarterback. What a difference it makes for a team when they come in with a guy who knows what he's doing back at quarterback.
Oh, and it really does. And remember, Mike, the only way to gain experience is to gain experience. There's no magic formula. You got to be in the fire, make mistakes, make great plays, learning lessons. The more you see, the better you get. And no position is that more magnified than in the NFL at the quarterback position. So the fact that these guys have played so many games, so many seasons, they've seen so much, that's a huge advantage for each of these teams. Now the question is, in today's matchup, who comes out on top?
He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the former #1 overall pick back in the 2015 draft, former Heisman winner as well, Jameis Winston.
We're talking about a true gunslinger, Mike. I mean, this brings us back to the Brett Favre days. Every time this guy lets it loose, you're not sure which team's going to end up with it, but it's going to be exciting. There are times where you got to hold your breath, and let's not forget, this guy was the first overall pick for a reason. He's got the arm talent. That's undeniable. When he's playing well, his teams have a chance. He needs to eliminate some of the negatives because when he's on, man, he is fun to watch. Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
They face 2nd down and 7. On the carry, this is Nick Chubb. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. Three plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Winston. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll run it straight ahead with Chubb. Just refusing to go down. He winds up with a gain of 7.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Tillman, the man in motion. They'll go. Winston. That's taken in. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Winston will work out of the pistol. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
From the gun on third down, it's Winston. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
In the midst of a tight game like that, you're looking for every play that you can make to try to gain advantage. And if you can continue to get after the quarterback, disrupt the rhythm and timing of this quarterback in the second half, that could be the difference of you being able to pull away.
Fourth down, Dustin Hopkins now for the Browns field goal. This a 48-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. This taken around the 11. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Steelers led out by their quarterback, Russell Wilson. Still strange to not see him in a Seattle uniform where he was for a decade, couple of years with the Broncos. And now Greg, the 9-time Pro Bowler, year 1 in Pittsburgh.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
We see this week in and week out, Mike, these running backs in today's game, they really have the skill set of a wide receiver. So if you're going to guard him one-on-one and you know the offense is going to use him in the passing game, you better have that guy. You better have that matchup guy that you're confident to put on him and say, okay, you're going to go out there in space and defend a receiver like this. And after plays like that, I'm not sure how much more man coverage they can afford to play. Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion. Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Third and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Harris. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
That's just a great job defensively, Mike. Here's a chance they have to get off the field. They sell out for the run. They know it's coming, and they're able to force a fourth down.
Here's the replacement for Cameron Johnston. Corliss Waitman on to punt. Jalen Darden deep for Cleveland. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Nick Chubb and the rest of the Browns offense set to take over again. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, Winston. That's taken in by Chubb. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Man, he fit that one in a tight window. One thing he showed off was his arm strength and his accuracy, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really amount to much.
A 2nd down throw for Jameis. He finds Judy on that one. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Throwing on 2nd down, Winston. He's going to keep it himself. A gain there of 27 yards.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. And he's going to wind up losing yardage here. And that will take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Winston. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the 1st quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. Officially a 29-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Browns, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So Hopkins now, following the made field goal, back out to send it away. This going to be returned from right around the goal line. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Steelers' offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They're still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with a first down. Out of the gun, here's Russ. Into the hands of Pickens. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to tuck it and go. A gain there of 23 yards. That's a Steeler first down.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
He'll find his big target, Pat Freiermuth.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Wilson lines up in the pistol. A pass taken in by Harris. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the hole, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day. Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Wilson will throw again. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there. Now it's going to be third down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Wilson now going to keep it on the zone read. And he's not going to get the first down. Met and brought down in the backfield on third and short. They do not get it done.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up fourth down.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers are on the board. They cut the lead to 6-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Pierre Strong on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw, here's Winston. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. And he will take this one in. 72 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Browns move out in front, 13-3. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They're in a 10-point hold. It's 13-3 as this drive starts with 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Mike Williams, the one he was looking for. And it'll be 2nd down. A give, and here comes Harris. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Two minutes remain here in this 1st half. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. 3rd down and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is why most teams might decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the 1st half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. They go play action with Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And he's not going to get away. They track him down. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Here's Corliss Waitman now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Browns offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. Here's Jameis. He'll get this complete, and that's Jordan Akins. Here's 2nd and 6. Winston looking to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
First and 10. Out of the gun, it's Winston. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On second down, Winston. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Now Winston. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. So on fourth down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. Calvin Austin deep for the Steelers. Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we hit halftime here in Cleveland, and the Browns are in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report. We saw a terrific first half from the Browns quarterback, Jameis Winston. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. These two teams leave in the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Steelers' offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That taken in by Connor Hayward. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On 2nd down, a run with Harris. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Minka Fitzpatrick up to make the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Once again, it's Chubb. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped, this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Winston will work out of the pistol. He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The Browns getting their punting team out there as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll give it to Harris again. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Now Russ. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
On 1st down, Wilson into space at the 45. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They put Pickens in motion. Now Wilson on 1st down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Russ. This one complete to Washington. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these 1st downs and go finish with 6.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. They'll run with Harris. And he'll plunge forward to the 2. setting up 2nd and goal. Come a little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Harris. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Steelers. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. It's up and good. And the Steelers are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, this is strong. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Browns offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. This one caught by Akins. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 2. Second down throw for Jameis. Now he'll run. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
A run up the middle with Chubb. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple-possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
On first down, it's Winston. A throw on the move is caught. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Throwing on second down, Winston. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. A first down there on a gain of 12. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Winston to throw. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
Now a 3rd and 2. To throw is Winston. He'll try and get, and he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jameis Winston, touchdown Browns. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Browns will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Steelers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Wilson lines up in the pistol. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. He's got room past the 35. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get
nowhere to go. He is taken down. Myles Garrett, the All-Pro, there to bring him down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack. Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there, or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they can find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
This one grabbed by Austin. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line. How about that play off the call sheet to convert 3rd and 18 for a first down? From the shotgun, Wilson. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Now, 2nd and 4. Austin brought in motion. They'll drop to throw. He's in. Pat Freiermuth. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession. So they're still alive, but now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
On for the extra point is Boswell. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the fourth quarter. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 3. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's Chubb. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They'll run right here with Chubb. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Throwing, Jameis. That's complete. Some more on the right side. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down. Hunting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The visitors' offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. That is caught downfield by Pickens. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd down. To throw again is Wilson. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
So out comes the veteran, Chris Boswell, in a big spot. This to force overtime. This one is on target, and it is good. And we are almost certainly bound for overtime.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's cool. He's calm. He steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
Final seconds here, overtime looming on the horizon as they kick it off. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. Going deep downfield for Judy. And that's going to be incomplete. They took one last chance here in regulation. It does not pan out, and we are headed to overtime.